Marvel's Wolverine. So just like how I said with Phantom Blade Zero, this is another game that I have been looking forward to playing all year, ever since it got announced. Insomniac has been killing it. They already got one superhero under their belt. Now they got two. They're about to have two. Spider-Man was amazing, no pun intended. Miles Morales edition, that whole DLC expansion, that was dope. Spider-Man 2 was dope. Some people can argue Spider-Man 1 was a little bit better than 2. 2 really didn't change anything drastic, but I still loved it. And now we got Wolverine. And the trailer that they gave us in the summertime, I think it was Summer Game Fest or PlayStation State of Play. This game is very violent, and I'm all for it. Up the blood, up the violence. We need all of that. So now we got more of a hands-on preview of what this game is going to be about. We got more interactions of different characters that Logan's going to be with. The location, certain boss fights that we're going to be having, certain move sets that we're going to be playing with. So I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but this is going to be another day one for me. So September, October, November time is like the worst time. The worst time. It's not the worst time, but like worse in a good way, because that's when a whole bunch of different games drop at the same time. So it's like so many games is not enough time. But we about to make time for this one. So let's see what this game is talking about.
If Insomniac has proved anything over the last 8 years, it's that they know how to make a hell of a superhero game. Spider-Man remains one of the PlayStation 4's defining action games, and a shining example of open world design, as are both of its follow-ups. Now they're looking to replicate that magic with Wolverine, albeit this time as
Oh, what happened?
traditional, linear AAA action games. Now they're looking to replicate that magic with Wolverine, albeit this time as
Why a buffer like that?
linear AAA action game. I got to play about 2.5 hours at a recent preview event, and while my impressions are mostly glowingly positive, I did come away with a few questions and concerns.
I rock with it. That suit looks tough too.
Hours since Essex was captured. We may already be too late.
Right from the start of my demo, it was very clear that this is a
Ooh.
very different kind of Wolverine story than what I was used to. The X-Men haven't been formed yet. Wolverine, Sabretooth, and Mystique are all buds and part of a 3-person task force known as Team X.
Oh,
All led
okay,
by a
okay.
not yet sinister-looking man named
Interesting. Okay, so they doing the whole Team X, like the start of it. Okay, so Sabretooth and Wolverine, they together. They not like enemies. Well, I'm sure they're gonna be enemies eventually through the game, but they not enemies in the beginning. You got Mystique on the team now. I'm rocking with it. Is that oh, what's dude's name? He stay keeping a job. He know how to keep a job. Troy Baker. Is that him? That looks like him.
Nathaniel Essex, who also serves as their mentor and someone looking to help mutants everywhere. That puts them in direct opposition with the mutant-hating Boulevard Trask. And the very first mission of the game has Team X setting out to rescue their mentor from his clutches. It didn't take long after picking up the controller for me to pop out my claws, leap 20 feet towards a poor sap, and ventilate his
Oh,
My first reaction to the combat in Wolverine was very simply, yeah, this is exactly what I want a Wolverine game to feel like.
yo.
Combat is fast, vicious, and brutal, even if it is fundamentally similar to what Insomniac has already done with Spider-Man. Much like how Spider-Man...
Yeah, we don't need that whole like. I'm glad they went the route they did with Wolverine, like, and it's by Insomniac, and you could kind of see certain influences from Spider-Man, but Wolverine does not play like Spider-Man. Spider-Man got more of a like a finesse to how he fights. It's more smooth. Logan is straight just brutal. Jump on you and just tear you to pieces. He's not a sneaky person. He's just loud, period. And we need that brutal berserk mode to where we just wreck everything.
Was able to zip around the battlefield with his webs, Logan can use a gap-closing leap attack to instantly get right up in the face.
And I
of the
love
enemy,
when he
and then
lunging at
proceed to them up
enemies.
with a basic melee claw combo or a powerful kick that can break shields and knock enemies back. That kick ends up being one of the most defining aspects of Wolverine's combat, as you can use it to both knock enemies off cliffs or into walls, and once they're stunned against a wall, you can utilize a highly damaging barrage attack that will generally defeat an enemy right away. On the defensive side, Wolverine is a parry-driven game, so you'll always need to have your finger hovering over that L1 button, ready to
Yo, that move right there when he be calling your shit up, yo, that is intense. Run that back. Cause that move when he kicks you into the wall and there's nothing you can do about it, and he just pause you up.
defeat an enemy right away.
When he be stabbing you like 20-something times.
Wolverine is a parry-driven game, so you'll always need to have your finger hovering over that L1 button
That
press
shit.
it on a split second's notice, because enemies do not wait around for their turn. They are very aggressive, and while the fodder baddies can be dispatched fairly easily, most of the cybernetically enhanced ones have very sturdy defenses that strongly encourage you to parry their attacks in order to open them up. Wolverine also has access to a variety of special moves by holding down L2 and pressing a face button, which are generally reserved for stronger attacks that either do big single target damage, deal damage spread out over an area around Wolverine, grant him a limited time buff, etc.
That's crazy.
Special moves are all tied to individual cooldowns rather than a resource that builds up over the course of combat. The one resource that you do have to keep an eye on is Wolverine's Rage, which is gained simply by dealing damage and killing enemies, but slowly diminishes when you're not actively slicing and dicing. It's a mechanic meant to encourage all-out aggression, which feels very on brand for Wolverine. There are 3 tiers of Rage that you can unlock by filling up the meter. The first tier is by default and doesn't really come with any benefits. Once you reach tier 2 though, you gain extra damage on your combo finishers, and most importantly, you're able to go into Last Stand when you lose all of your health. This was a neat way to incorporate Logan's healing factor into the combat design.
Yo, that looks so
As
sick.
long as Wolverine has a bar of rage in the tank, he can essentially come back from
Whoa. Look at the detail on dude. He's messed up. You can see the adamantium skeleton visibly showing. But with this Last Stand move, you can heal up and go crazy.
all of your health. This was a neat way to incorporate Logan's healing factor into the combat design by making it so that as long as Wolverine has a bar of rage in the tank, he can essentially come back from the dead, trading in his rage meter for health. If he goes down without a full bar of rage to spare though, it's game over and back to the last checkpoint for you. At rage tier 3 though is where the party starts. Once he hits that rage threshold, the background turns gray, the enemies get highlighted in red, and all of Wolverine's attacks do dramatically increase damage, with most weaker enemies being executable immediately. This lets you throw caution to the wind and just tear apart entire groups of enemies in quick order. It is quite simply the epitome of the Wolverine power fantasy.
That shit looks so
My overall
dope.
impression of combat based on what I've played is that it's all fundamentally sound, very satisfying, and does a great job of evoking the spirit of Wolverine. But at the same time, it felt like it was missing an element of creativity that I always look for in an action game. One of the joys of Spider-Man's combat, for example, was all the fun things that you can do that weren't necessarily the optimal way of clearing out a combat encounter, but allowed you to break away from the monotony of just punch, parry, etc. You could bounce off walls, mantle over enemies, slide under them, web them.
And that's what I liked about Spider-Man, because he can use his environments to his advantages. He has different types of gadgets. You can pull off different combos with that stuff. So yeah, no. Very different, but I still have no problem with slicing and dicing them enemies with Wolverine's claws. So
yank away their weapons, swing them around, launch them up for an air combo, knock them away, pull them back, etc. Wolverine mostly just angrily stabs things. And while he is the best there is at what he does, I did wish that what he does offered a bit more variety.
We don't need you, Runt. Never did.
Now, to be fair, there are some fun ways that Insomniac encourages you to use the environment to your advantage, like kicking an enemy into a forklift is always a good time. And there are occasional team-ups that organically feature combination attacks between you and your partner, much like what was seen in Spider-Man 2.
Okay, pause. Okay, so the characters that we can do like finishers. So just how we seen with this,
That organically feature combination
Sabretooth came out of nowhere. That's crazy. That's a crazy way to die too.
attacks between you and your partner, much like what was seen in Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales. But on a base level, I do have some concerns about how Wolverine's combat will remain engaging throughout the entire game.
Ooh, I like
It's
that
certainly
combo.
possible for that depth to be uncovered as I get deeper into the game. There is, after all, a skill tree with a variety of techniques and special moves that I only really scratched the surface of, along with adaptation points that can be spent on a variety of character upgrades. My hope is that those later upgrades and skills add some extra flavor to Wolverine's combat and aren't just more powerful techniques.
Oh, a Sentinel.
To meet the increased difficulty of later enemies and bosses. Interestingly, the thing that impressed me the most about Wolverine was actually the direction of the story. You've got Wolverine on a team with Mystique and Sabretooth during a time before the forming of the X-Men, with the addition of Jean Grey and Nathaniel Essex as two people that are very important to Wolverine, but also have two very different worldviews. These are all very combustible elements in
That shot right there is clean. Now I said this before, but so I'm assuming, I'm guessing these are mutants, but the whole like just that area full of just dead mutants is that's crazy.
play, and I'm excited to see where it all goes. Doubly so due to the fact that it's written by Walt Williams of Spec Ops: The Line fame, who is
Oh, really? And if y'all have played Spec Ops, y'all know how good of a story that game was. Hey.
one of the best video game writers in the business. Thus far, the performances have been excellent as well. Liam McIntyre's portrayal of Wolverine is very grounded and paints the picture of a man bottling up a lot of
Oh. Okay.
of anger and pain, but still has that rough edge and ruthless aggression that fans expect from the character.
You gotta talk to Essex.
I only got to see a little bit of Troy Baker's Nathaniel Essex, but
That is
so
Troy
far,
Baker.
It's shaping up to be yet another memorable and nuanced performance in his stacked resume.
You came back.
I got to see different sides of both Mystique and Sabretooth than what I'm used to,
But you ain't ever coming back.
and I'm very much looking forward to seeing where Nicole Pacent and Brett Gibson take their respective characters.
Find Essex yet?
Oh, I found something already.
While much of the demo was spent with Wolverine snarling, growling, and prowling as he found new baddies to stick
Oh, that looks so
there
dope.
was one notable section that was much more quiet and subdued, and actually ended up being my favorite stretch of gameplay. In it, Wolverine wanders through Lowtown, which is a bit of a safe haven for mutants to congregate. I was able to strike up conversations with fellow mutants, engage in some not-so-friendly arm wrestling with Sabretooth, play a revealing game of Never Have I Ever with Mystique, and even find a handful of Easter eggs tucked away. It was a welcome reprieve from all the
Interesting.
action, and I hope that there are more moments like this where I get to learn more about the characters that inhabit the world.
I just needed some space from everything.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Overall, I walked away from my time with Wolverine impressed, but not thoroughly blown away. It's clear that Insomniac is still holding a lot of cards close to its chest with regards to the story, and that's the element that has proved to be the most interesting to me so far. Combat absolutely nails the spirit of Wolverine, and
Yeah, the combat is going to be
sound,
crazy.
but leaves me with some questions as to how it will hold up over the course of the entire campaign. We'll see how it all pans out when Wolverine releases on PlayStation 5 on September 15th. For more recent previews, make sure to check out our IGN First coverage of Control Resonant. And for everything else, keep it here.
That suit looks tough. That's like a tactical type suit. Okay, I'm in. I'm all for it.
Stewie is
Okay, let me get out of here. All right, so I'm liking everything I'm seeing right now. This is. There's no need to say it's a day one because I already said that plenty of times, but. With I think dude said he played like 2 or close to 3 hours of it, and this is just, to me, this is just the tip of the iceberg on what he played. There's gonna be way more content, I feel like, with how the story is developing, with the different movesets you can do, like the set pieces, the other characters that's gonna get involved. We've only gotten Mystique, Sabretooth, and Jean Grey. We may be getting some other people that we don't even know yet. So I'm excited to see what is in store for this game. So Insomniac got they got Spider-Man under their belt. They got Spider-Man under their belt. And now they're gonna have Wolverine. So I need to see what the story is looking like though. The graphics, the fighting mechanics looks dope, but what's the story gonna be looking like? Spider-Man's story was good. And yeah, I'm just curious to see what else is gonna happen. So it says right from the start of my demo, it was clear that this is a very different kind of Wolverine story than what I was used to. The X-Men haven't been formed yet. Wolverine, Sabretooth, and Mystique are all buzzed and part of a 3-person task force known as Team X. And they're all led by a not yet sinister looking man named Nathaniel Essex, who serves as their mentor. So this is going to be before the X-Men. This is going to be just a part of Logan's story from the very beginning. So I don't necessarily know how this is going to go, but I'm all for it. Okay, so that puts them in direct opposition with the mutant-hating Bolivar Trask. And the very first mission of the game has Team X setting out to rescue their mentor from his clutches. It didn't take long after picking up the controller for me to pop out my claws, leap 20 feet towards the poor sap, and ventilate his body with 6 holes. My first reaction to the combat in Wolverine was very simply, this is exactly what I want. Alright, exactly what he said. And then we got the rage aspect. Just going berserk. There's like 3 tiers of that. And then yeah, you can use the environments. That kicking where he kicks into the enemy, that's, I can tell I'm gonna be using that a lot. So we got another video of the new PS5 edition. So this does look clean. So let's look at this video and see what. Only 30 seconds.
What is?
Commercials. Okay. Now, what I need to know is this the physical version? Like a physical disc PS5 or like just the digital console. That looks dope. Limited edition. Oh, hold on. Let me run that back. All right. Wolverine limited edition PS5 digital edition bundle and accessories. Available starting September 15th. And then there's also a white version for the what is that? The Pro. Now yellow, I'm not too much of a fan of the color, but I'm not gonna hold you. It does look pretty good. What I'm seeing right now, this looks dope, but it's always a but.
PlayStation.
Gird your loins.
So, with this whole console edition, is this just another bigger picture? Like, is this just another distraction as to them getting more money? Because I've been seeing, I looked at the comments on this too. Bring back physical copies. Now we all know that PlayStation is not going back. It's already kind of set in stone that next year or 2028, that is when everything is gonna go digital. No physical copies, none of that. So if you got the physical PS5 edition, then that's gonna be void. This is all gonna be digital. So they are only doing this with digital PS5. And now, is this just a distraction? Because you know people are gonna eat this up. I'm even tempted. I don't need. I don't need another PS5. I'm just thinking about like the plates. The plates are cool. I can deal with that. But people are just gonna eat this up and just forget. They're gonna fold and just forget this whole boycott protest about physical copies and cop this. Just with this alone, they might not even get the Wolverine game, but may just get this console. So that's giving them more of an incentive to even to buy it. Like PlayStation definitely knows what they doing with these digital releases and them trying to stray away from talking about any of the physical releases. So let me actually go to the, I'm gonna call it Wolverine PS5. What is the edition? Alright, let me look at these comments, see what they talking about. Wolverine loves to get physical, no disc drive. That is very funny. Wolverine wants his games physical. Wolverine would use physical disc. Cool, now where's the disc drive? I love how people are continuing to put these comments on physical. Can't wait to put the Wolverine disc in there. Oh wait, of course it's a digital cop only console. Physical games forever. So people are still going strong. They're not holding back. Some are. Some people are folding. Just like how they did with the Call of Duty game, the port. That was just disrespectful. But people still folded and still got the digital same PS3 game. They didn't do a remastered. They didn't do any of that. So yeah, I don't know. Even with TBH. Shout out to him. I do follow him in some discussions, and I do follow their podcast. And he was talking a little bit about this as well. Um, Sony PlayStation is able to throw us pretty much anything that looks good, and consumer is basically gonna fold. If it looks good, just like how this thing looks good with the Wolverine edition, trailer looks sick. I'm not gonna hold you. It does look dope. Now, I would only say if you do not have a PS5, do it. But I see no reason to even top this if you don't. Now, hopefully, the plates I can switch out because I wanted to do that with Spider-Man because they had like a Spider-Man edition, but I was not able to get that because it was sold out. So hopefully, I can get the plates. But as far as a console, I'm good on that. Oh wait, actually no, I'm mistaken. I can't even get that because it's not for the physical. It's not for the physical disc drive version, so I can't even get that. So disregard everything I said. Uh, so yeah, that sucks. But the game itself though, the game looks. We got a lot. I don't need to see anything more. I don't need to see any more stuff. We got enough characters. We got enough of the story to where this is like that. It's the not X Factor, but it's the Team X. It's one dude trying to get rid of mutants. That's all we need to know. Wolverine, main character. He's gonna go through some trials and tribulations throughout the story. We may see some other characters along the way. We've only reached the tip of the iceberg with content. So I believe there's gonna be way more stuff in this game than what is shown. They didn't show everything. They showed enough. I don't need any more. And the writer, one of the writers, I forgot his name, but he was behind Spec Ops: The Line. If y'all have played that, y'all already know that game, a masterpiece of a storyline. Like, I thought that was just a regular shooter. I did hear a couple things about how it was good, but I thought it was a regular No, that game is special. As far as like how the story goes, gameplay wise, it plays like any other like shooter like I've seen before. But when it comes to that story, Spec Ops: The Line. Let me make sure I'm this is the right one. Spec Ops: The Line. Yeah, this is the one. Yep. Yeah, no, this game was dope. And who knows, I might play this again. I might Twitch this. Because it's been a while. But let me see if this is on the... I'm going on a tangent. Spec Ops. So we cannot get Spec Ops. I think it's only Xbox. Where can you get Spec Ops at? Spec Ops. Fine. Yes, you can still play Spec Ops: The Line physical, but you cannot buy it digitally anywhere because 2K Games delisted it from the official storefronts like Steam and Xbox due to expired music licensing. Oh, that's tough. Wow, so this was on Steam before, but yikes. Yeah, this game was special. Anyway, It's the writers behind that. Oh, my next topic. Whoops. The writers behind that, they working on this. We here. So y'all let me know what y'all think on the Wolverine. Is this a day one cop for y'all? Are y'all gonna pass on this? I'm not sure. Everything that I've seen, from the rage, from the brutality of Wolverine and him just cutting up people to pieces, stabbing them, environmental takedowns, interactions you do with other characters, them moves with Jean Grey and Sabretooth. I'm sure you get more stuff with like Zeke as well, but yeah, everything about this game looks so. This is gonna be an automatic. September 15th, we there.
Never